So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take these 2 tabs off. Then we're gonna take these 6 Phillips heads out. Then we're gonna take this cover off. You can touch any one point on here and you're fine, but you don't wanna touch 2 of these points because with the IMA switch off, this is cut in half. So you could still get up to 80 volts on between any of these 2 connections. So you don't want to touch both of those. What we'll do is we're going to start just taking these screws out. Okay, now that all those are out, we're going to take all of these Phillips heads out. Okay, with all of the screws out, you just put those aside. Don't worry if you drop some of these on the ground, we don't reuse them. So next we're going to take each one of these battery tabs. This is the positive temperature coefficient temperature sensor that runs across every single cell. And we're going to just bend them up. Okay, with all the tabs up, we're going to now take this plate and pull it off. And as soon as you do that, this pack is no longer high voltage. The highest voltage you can get is through any 2 cells, which is maybe 14 volts. So at this point, you can touch anything you want on this pack, anywhere you want. There is no more high voltage anywhere. All right, on the other side of the pack, we're going to take these 4 rubber plugs out. Set them aside. And then we're going to actually unscrew the 4 bolts that are in there. There's a 10 millimeters. And then there are 3 more screws on the bottom that are also 10 millimeter. And we're going to take these off. And finally, there are 3 more bolts up top. All right, and with that, we can take and tilt the junction board up and then lift it off. And if you had any bolts sticking around there, you can dump them out. And we need to take these little aluminum spacers off as well. There's 4 of them. And then we're going to take all of the bolts off this. Now this is already low voltage, so you can touch it wherever you want. All right, and then same deal over here. We're going to take all of these Phillips out. If we take this one out first, we can pull this cable off. All right, and then we need to take these 4 bolts off here. They're either a number 2 Phillips or an 8 millimeter socket. All right, and then we need to disconnect the 2 connectors that are still plugged in to the BCM and the 1 connector over on the MCM. And then we need to take these cleats out here. And then we need to pull this cable through like so. And we can pull this board off. Get these screws out if you need to. Again, you can manually fold these tabs up if you want. Now we can pull this board off. To remove the temperature sensors, we're going to take a flathead screwdriver and just pull down on these white tabs. And then each one of these temperature sensors is hooked up to a cell. And so we can pull those cells out. It's oftentimes easier to push from the bottom. Take a razor blade and we're going to just cut that sensor off. It's just heat shrunk on there. We do reuse these sensors, so don't cut the wires. So there's 1 sensor, and then we can go ahead and take the cell out. If you look at the cell, one end has a square side and the other one is hexagonal. When we put these away, we need to face them all the same way. So a hex this way, for example. That way they're all the positives and negatives are facing the same direction. If you don't do that, the cells can short out and potentially cause a thermal event. Okay, we do reuse the temperature sensors, but we'll just set them aside for now. Okay, and then we'll pull these 3 plastic pieces out. Now we're going to take the fan shroud off. First we need to pull out 2 plastic tabs on the wire harness. The last 2 bolts on this fan shroud do require a 10mm open-ended wrench. And with that, the fan shroud comes off. Now we need to remove these 3 plastic trays that held the nickel metal hydride cells, and that is going to be 12 Phillips head screws. And with the MCM on the right side, you're going to pull each of these trays out. They are not reused.